Hey, hello, Human Disease Crew. We are in the middle of week 1, and I'd like to ask you a couple of favors. For starters, keep going. I know this is a lot. And number 2, take a deep breath. It's always goofy to start a new semester. Some of you have been around before, some of you have had A&P with me before, but some of you haven't been to school for decades. Some of you are brand new to St. Kate, some of you are new to online learning. And it's just a lot. And I know you've got other classes and families, and I know all of that stuff kind of conspires against you. So keep going. We've got a long semester. This is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. And then take a deep breath. This will all work out. The important thing is to carve out some study time for yourself to stay up on top of this material. And you'll find that this class is very irregular, but it will take hours per week, as it should. That's appropriate for a 2-credit science class that will prepare you for taking care of patients, as some of you said, for the rest of your career. So I promise this work will pay off. In addition to the early videos that I give you every week to set the stage for the work of that week, I'll always also post a little bit of a reminder like this, either on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, just to remind you of the upcoming things and maybe to provide just a little bit of calmness. So this week you've got some presentations to watch, and I know they get a little bit monotonous sometimes. We'll shake that up a little bit, but essentially all the content in those presentations will be fair game. In order to help you study that, you've got a critical skills assignment that will be due always, and we'll have one of those each week. Those critical skills assignments will always be due on Friday nights by 11:59, and I'm going to post them in discussion format so that you can look at the critical skills of your classmates. So one of the best ways to do this, in addition to just putting in study time, is to do problems and to take a look at visual aids, etc. So as you construct these questions, or as you construct these visual tools, which I will ask you to do, really think of it as creating a study tool for yourself and your classmates. I will assign points to them, so technically you're turning them in for this class, but really what you're doing is creating study tools for your classmates. All right, so we've got a couple chunks of content this week. You got a critical skills due on Friday night. Please put the time in on those. I do check those. And then on Sunday morning to Monday morning, you've got a 10-question quiz. 5 questions will be over all the content in the first presentation. 5 questions will be over all the content in the second presentation. Please, I'm going to have you sign the syllabus agreement. I know some of you already have, and I'd really like you to pay special attention. If you just glanced over this and just signed it, please know that you're still accountable for it, whether you sign that or not. The policies govern this course. Please make sure you pay attention to the online assessment portion and the academic dishonesty portion. There's zero tolerance in this course for cheating. You're in training to be professionals. You're in training to have people's lives in your care, and this is serious business. If you cheat your way through school, if you cheat your way through anything in this class and I catch you, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that you don't end up taking care of me or my mom or your classmates. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's a little bit heartbreaking. And I have to be strong about this up front, and I've got to hold the line on the policies because there are still people who are willing to be academically dishonest. It makes me uncomfortable to talk about this. Do your own work. I promise it will pay off. 5 years from now, no one's going to care about your grade in this class. Get through this, learn as much as you can, and you'll apply this to patient care in the future. So that's the basic part of our week. You've got 2 presentations. You've got a critical skills due on Friday. They'll always be due on Friday. It'll be super regular. You've got a 10-question quiz over all the content from Sunday morning to Monday morning, and it will always be the window unless we have a holiday or something kind of crazy. And also this week, before we get going, if you would, please just post a brief introduction. I'm not asking for a lot. We will be working together as a crew, and even though we're entirely online, which means we won't ever meet in person, and asynchronous, which means we won't ever meet all together online at one point, we will still build community, and you'll get a chance to see the work of your classmates, and we'll do discussions this semester. So it does help. A little bit of an introduction would be groovy. Thank you for the work. It's always best to take a look at the checklist or the overview at the front of the week. That serves as a checklist. Plan your week accordingly. Plan maybe a couple hours a day for studying this, and it really will take that much. There's no free lunch for this stuff. There's no magic bullet. You have to know this stuff deeply. You have to commit it to memory. You have to be able to use it because that's how it will be in the workplace with this kind of content. If you ever need me, please reach out. I'm always here. I hope you're finding that. Please check your emails. I email everybody individually. It's a great idea to get into the habit of checking your St. Kate's email at least twice a day, and then responding. Think of me as your advocate. I'm not here to be a roadblock in your career or in your professional path. I'm here to be your advocate as you learn this material, but it's also my responsibility. I'm paid to hold you accountable to high standards for that, because your patients in the future will demand and deserve those standards. Have a good week. If you need me, please reach out. Video introduction should be in soon. Critical skills due on Friday night, and then prepare for the quiz. So take a look at the critical skills of your classmates after you turn yours in. You'll be able to see them and use those after you've studied and studied to help prepare for the 2 online quizzes. Take a careful look at the syllabus. You're governed by those rules, as we all are. And if you need me, I'm just either a text message or an email away. Thank you, folks.